Okay. Um, I said that maybe some of you like to learn the Android Studio for the last lectures, but what I feel last semester that teach you MIT application was that I thought that maybe you will not find such discourse anywhere, and I'm right. And one more thing, my friend, please remember. The future for the embedded system, future for the coding is two language will have the key role in programming. One is Python, second one is Scratch. Means that we should expect that after some years, less than 5 years, the C++ and C just will come for some elementary course. For real coding, they will not come. And keep it in your mind, because we don't have the Scratch course, I try to combine them with Android mobile application and teach you exactly a Scratch course on that, which may help you later for your future. That was the first point that I select that MIT app for your last lecture. Anyway, any of you who wants to learn Android Studio, most welcome. You can ask. We can have some extra lectures. We can have some talk together and learn it. But main thing is that you should want to learn that. Think like this. If you want to learn, then I'm ready to teach anything that you want. If you don't want to learn, I will not waste at least your time, not mine. This is first. Second scope that I thought that I should teach you MIT app, that was for this course, for embedded course. Because in the Arduino course, recently, I mean around 3 years back, they entered the Scratch course, a Scratch programming code. They entered the Python coding. They enter the C language for that. And somehow nowadays, Python and Scratch are going to kill the C++ for the Arduino board as the main controller that we want to learn here. Then we should be prepared, honestly talking, that if any job offered to us later, we should have the knowledge about this change in the programming language. Then with this introductory part, we are going to start our new course, and I wish that it will be informative course for you, and you will learn something. But as usual, if you want to learn, you should do lots of assignment on that. The course name is Embedded System. That you know me, no need to talk more about myself, because this 3 years you had bad luck to be my students, and maybe I was lucky that have such a students like you. But anyway, I'm sure that you were not the lucky person to have the good teacher. But anyway, we have one more course that we should pass. I wish that you learn more about this course, because this course, I personally like it more. And I think that it's something that will bring the credit for your future work, future study, future research, and so on. And all of them are the key points that you should remember uh, meanwhile of having the course. Today we talk about why we should have this course, and what is that, and how we should study about this specific subject that we call it embedded system. And as well, fix features for the lectures. Let us have very brief view about our course and see what will going on for this semester. Here I written some name of uh, programming language names, something like Java, Python, MATLAB, Ruby, C, R, C Sharp, PHP. Think that in my point of view, you as the person who is going to become computer engineering groups student should have the knowledge about at least all of these languages. I don't accept that you learn, you know the C, you know the R language or Ruby, but rest of them you should have. Suppose MATLAB we review in DIP, Python you had before, Java, C++, JavaScript, C you had with me, C Sharp you should study, and PHP. Then R and Ruby will remain, which these two language you can learn later also. Okay, let's go on. About me, I'm going to very fastly remove this. You know my home place. If you have problem, we can arrange the time. You know my background and so on. Then no need to discuss more. But about this thing, we should talk. We have lecture about. This is what they announced me that we should have the lecture about 2 o'clock, 2:30. That is why I tell you 2:30. But Roy informed me that you had another lectures and the schedule is not changed still to 2:30. But I want that if it will be possible, we change this time and make it sooner. Uh, I don't know that which time is proper. We can discuss later about this time. And we have on Monday and Wednesday, especially on Wednesday, it's very late. In my point of view, if we can put it 8 with the Beijing time, it's great. But I don't know for Kaya how it will be the scenario and what he will decide. But anyway, um, let us think about this schedule at the end of today. And if we want to change it, we inform the school about this timing. Our lecture will go with the Dink tag as usual. This is the QR of the Dink tag, and this is again my new QR codes for the new Dink tag because last time I used it with my country SIM cards, and now I should change it. But in the morning I have done it. You know how to send me in private. This is my WeChat, and you know the rule for the groups. From this point of view, I'm very happy because you are expert how to communicate with me. About all lectures, we will have a mock that it will be prepared and I will announce in AJM. You can follow the lectures and task and all. Everything will be from the university webpage that we had and facility that we have previous time. But we have something new. Maybe some lecture I will put it with the real class, and then we will go to the lectures with the students that they are in China. But the students who are not in China, we will find one solution to communicate with them, and that lectures are just question and answer lectures. Means that you will do something, and I will check and guide you how to solve that problem. For the online students also, we should do like that. Maybe if it's possible, um, it's better that you purchase one board, one specifically one Arduino board that with the help of that you can do some of our experiment in the home and enjoy more about this lecture. Uh, yeah, the next thing is that about the reference book. This is one of the reference books that we are going to use, embedded system with Arduino, but it's not limited to this because I want to add even some parts for this semester specifically for your group, because now I know you, I know how much you study in, suppose, App Inventor, how much you study in even C language, in Python. Then I think this reference is not enough. We will have more things and some recent things in this course, more than this Springer book. But this book is also is not bad. It's good. And also, um, my book also we can refer, but unfortunately it's still in Persian language that I'm going to convert it to English soon, and you can maybe use it. But I don't think this semester it will be published. It will publish at the end of this semester. Anyway, let us talk more about the subject of today, the or the whole lectures that we should carry. I mean, really, why we should have the embedded system? And what is embedded system? And let me turn on let me turn on the microphone of you that let us talk like this. What do you think? What is really embedded system? Who can tell me? Don't read from the slides, but tell me that what is your idea about embedded system? Because it's still, my friend, I know so many people that they don't know what does it mean. Who can tell me?
Well, we can say it's some kind of a thing with what we can communicate with the computer and maybe with the application, like outside of the computer. It could be some kind of board, such as Arduino board, you can say.
Assuming that it's something like talking out of the microcontroller or microprocessor. Reza?
Right?
Do you mean embedded system is talking out of the board, out of the talking with the outside of the microcontrollers like these?
Well, not really like that. What my idea is, like, it's some kind of like it's a hardware system, could be like
It's exactly
microcontrollers.
hardware system. See, it's exactly hardware system. But why they call it embedded system? What they will do with the embedded system? What they want to do?
I think they can use that system to communicate with the software and the hardware, or they can
Do
just
you think?
combine two things.
Okay, okay, not very bad concept, but it's not accurate. Anyone, a student, Ron, what is your idea? Yes, we can hear. Very good. It means that you were sleepy in my lectures. It means that I said that what is embedded system? Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. You mean that if I have entered the AI system inside my machine, I cannot call it embedded system? But just right now you tell me that everything is fixed. No, no. The concept that you tell me is related to the automation. This is automation. Automation is something that input is fixed, output is fixed. When I turn on my system, it should suppose do some specific job, and there is no any dynamic situation for that. Automation can be one part of embedded system, but it's not all the embedded system. It has the big umbrella from embedded system. Anyway, who can touch?
So I can, sir.
Yes, please. Oh, yeah.
So, sir, embedded systems, from what I understand, is like a group of different like microcontrollers that control that can control sensors, that can control just different small technologies. For instance, like in a smart home, there are different types of technologies that all connect together to do different things. So, for instance, you can have your infrared sensor at the gates. When I pass through the gate, then the lights turn on in the house. Like it has different functions, and it can use different technologies like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth just to connect to each other. And it doesn't have to connect to each other, but that's just an example. The smart home is just an example of an embedded system, I think. I'm not
Kaya,
sure.
you can say some half right and some half wrong. Your concept also is very near to the ROI because you also thinking about automation. When you go speak about the intelligent house or intelligent controlling, you say that you want some input, fixed output. What is nowadays, my friend? We are living in the age of 5G. Age of 5G brings the concepts based on IoT, I mean Internet of Things. Yes or no? It means that you should not, your input should not be limited. You can learn, you can pass the learning method with the internet or use the other experience from the systems and integrate them and decide. Did you read anything about the future of the home applicant? Do you know what is that?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Yes, sir. Like the
In
future of the home, basically, sir.
yeah, suppose the refrigerators. The refrigerators can call your friends and say that we have this much food and they become to exploit. Then let us have the party tonight, something like that. They're going and call your friends automatically, arrange the meeting, arrange the party, and even propose. With this type of food that you have, you can make these. And suppose your friend likes this food. This group of friends like this food. Then it's better that you suppose on these close friends, this group of close friends. Understand what I say? Suppose I have 6 apples, 2 orange, and 2 banana. Okay? Then I know that suppose Reza and Roy like apple and orange more, but we know that Hussein and Saddam don't like that. But they like suppose apple and another thing. Okay? And we have suppose 20 friends. And that all rest of the friends don't like this food. The refrigerator or the place that we keep our food directly can call Reza, Hussein, and Saddam and tell them that come to my home and enjoy the food. Okay? Something that I told you, it's not the Hollywood movie. It's currently available and you can even see the clips on the YouTube. That was one. Second things that Kaya, you made the mistake. You tell just about microcontroller. Yes,
Mm. Okay.
but
Yes.
embedded system, it has the big umbrella about all type of controllers. We have two type of controllers. One is microcontrollers. One is another thing. What is that? We have microcontroller and one more thing. Can you tell me? Huh?
Well, sir, we are confused right now. You can
Why
say,
you are confused?
Sensor?
is that processor?
Yes, processor. Processor. One can be microcontroller. Another one, what can be? Tell me, type of the processor or controller.
Like
Okay.
ICs,
Hmm?
like integrated circuits.
Integrated system circuit, it's also same as the controller. First of
Uh,
all, I should clear some point in your mind about
like
this embedded system. Tell
like
me.
one is environment and one is controller process, right?
No, no,
So two parts. One is controllers like software and like microcontrollers.
no. We have two type of controllers. One is that microcontrollers, another
Mm.
one is microprocessors.
Microprocessors. Oh, okay. Okay, I was lost.
Microprocessors is something that we are using in our computers or mini computers like that.
Mhm.
Microprocessors, microcontrollers are something like Arduino and some boards like these. Okay.
Okay,
About the
so
difference of these two, we will talk in next lecture. But
okay,
just remember, microcontroller, as we say, microcontroller. It means that a small controller. Okay, it has the less
Okay.
ability compared to microprocessors. Microprocessors is the computers that we are using. Can you name some micro processor for me? Some
so here
microprocessor name.
like this Intel processor,
Yes. Suppose the
like
old one, 8086. Very old one. Huh?
yeah, we can say like the old one, like dual core Intel dual core processor.
Pentium 2, Pentium 1.
Yeah,
Before that, that was 8086. And before that, it was the another chips and like that. Then remember one thing. Embedded system is the knowledge of using these two things, microcontroller or microprocessors. And we are going to embed them. Means that in your system, you will find a place that you can put microcontroller or microprocessors in the system, means that embed it, and then waiting and expecting the output that you want or acquiring the output. Some word like this that we say that we are searching for the fixed output, maybe it's not proper. With today's that microcontrollers and microprocessors are using the AI system. But that was good for 20 years back, which AI didn't improve this much. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, let us review something. See, the word that we have, this is full of some smart and connected products, like refrigerator that I tell you. But really, this refrigerator, can you tell me we are using microcontroller in refrigerator or microprocessor? Can you tell me?
it's clear now. In this case, it's microcontrollers.
In all cases, Reza, it's microcontrollers.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you said like in refrigeration, like in refrigerator, in some other, like you can say air conditioning, all are microcontroller.
Yes, but in which one you think that they use the microprocessor?
I think in this system we don't need like decisions, like the commands, like we are doing only one thing. Suppose like what I understand, suppose the temperature is like I'm giving the program to the controller that if the temperature is below 10 degrees, it should it should increase the temperature to 15 degrees, something like that.
Correct, correct. What Reza said that the job for the refrigerator is not very complicated one that need the microprocessor. It's some routine job or some simple job. It's great, but it's simple. It don't need much more memory. Yes, it don't need much more facility to add to the controller side. Then the microcontroller can work very fine, and even the cost is also okay. Yes, we should just
Yes, sir,
check
exactly.
the limit of temperature. Some specific one to another one, then stop, don't do anything. After some ratio, increase, decrease, like this. Yes? What about washing machine? Washing machine, what do you think?
So that is also controller, that is also doing the same thing basically.
Yeah, microwave or some electrical oven, what do you think?
So like in which case we don't need any kind of decision, like we have to choose between decision, like we have to make decisions like in this our daily how can I say, like electric appliances, we use microcontroller because we are doing just some simple work. But for PCs and other stuff where we need like big data processing, we have to process the data, get the output, we're using microprocessor there. Like when we have to process the data, we need processor. And when we don't need
You
to
are
process
right.
the data, we are
You are
using
right.
controller.
But
Controller.
your idea, you are right. But your idea is valid before the concept of cloud. What did happen in the cloud? Do you know cloud? Yes, cloud. Meaning, yes, meaning, Ray, you tell me, what do you think about cloud? Cloud. Correct, correct, correct. But you tell me, what will happen in that cloud? When the refrigerator connects to the cloud, what will happen to that? Can we say, can we say like that? Suppose for my refrigerator in the cloud, plan before some output. Means that some condition they will plan, and just when it's connected to the cloud, it can just read the output and act based on that. Can we say like this?
I agree, sir.
Correct. Can we say that they put the main brain nowadays in the cloud? Means that cloud will take decision, cloud will think, and these are just followers. These are just follow the cloud. Can we say? Kaya, are you agree with me?
Well, forever in that case, I don't know, this is my opinion, I don't agree, because if you're using it forever, that means you will be in need of more space to store your data. But in this case, in these appliances,
Okay, Reza. We need the more space on data, but in the cloud. It can be one server that all the, suppose, home applicant of a specific company will connect to that. There is no problem. But you don't need to have the microprocessor inside of your refrigerator. You can have the simple microcontroller, cheap microcontroller that just should have the ability to connect to the cloud.
cloud.
Yes,
Agree or no?
You can have. Yes, I agree with you, sir.
Yeah, I agree.
agree
Now I agree. I understand your point.
Actually, truly speaking, you don't have any point to tell me that you are not agree, because this is the real scenario. It's happening. Okay? It's like that now. They put the brain there. They think in the cloud. And then in that cloud, they provide some output and fix it there. Understand?
Yes, sir.
And now you tell me, what will happen with the 5G?
So with 5G, sir, the cloud connection will be much faster, meaning that you'll be able to do more things with microcontrollers. And that means that we can send a signal from different places. Like, let's say I'm in South Africa, I can perform surgery in Italy, for instance, because 5G allows that type of speed and allows that sort of...
Clear. You have the good, clear idea about 5G. But can we say that now, with cloud and 5G, we have the person who had the lots of hand and one big brain? Can we think it like that?
Yes, sir.
That this hand can work, lots of hand can work, and brain can think and control them. Agree?
I agree, sir.
Okay, then can you tell me that cloud is good or bad?
I think it's good because it helps preserve a lot of data and connects a lot of people across the world at a fast pace. Because the fact that this is just like when you're doing online classes, it just proves that the cloud is a much better solution for a lot of problems, because you can meet even across borders, across oceans, and we're able to do things without physically being at different places. So I think it's a good thing, and it allows for communication amongst people much faster.
I agree with you, but what about the people privacy? Suppose if this much I know about your life, that you don't like Apple and you like Orange more.
With the privacy side, I think it's up to moderation and how different economies decide to deal with that. But yeah, it can be quite a risk when it comes to privacy. I have to agree with that point.
Okay, but anyway, in these years living, little bit the concept for the privacy should change. I mean, some improvement. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Maybe 20 years back, most of us, when we live, never think that we can have the building who has the more than 35 steps, 35 floors. Yes or no? We thought that we should have just one floor and big yard. But when the shortage of the lands come to pictures, what will happen? The tall building come to pictures. And then we learn how to deal with each others, with our neighbors. Yes or no?
I agree.
My idea is like this. For the cloud and concept of the improvement which can happen with 5G and cloud, something like this will happen soon. Means that the concept of privacy will be changed. Understand?
Sir. It will be changed completely. Yes, sir.
What then? What will happen? These embedded systems are the bridge between the cloud and our life. I want to conclude like this, that how we can connect to that brain from our home applicant or car or mobile phone or anything. This is the bridge which will happen based on the embedded systems. Okay? What will happen
Yes.
for this embedded system in recent year? Nice thing happening. And that was people thinks that instead of being the good coder or professional coder, let us break the privacy of coding. And one new thing happened. That was the open source coding. It means that some people will write the code before for you, but you just using their code and you can change it even. You can even optimize it. But anyway, you are not doing the real coding as the previous meaning that we have 10 years back. One of the things that work on this platform, I mean open source coding, was Arduino and Raspberry Pi. That for this course is a target of our embedded course design. And we will review these two boards. One as the microcontroller, another one as the one good microprocessors. Okay? Then to communicate with this board, suppose with the Arduino, we need some integrated development environment, which we call it IDE. And some language like C and C++ can work as the core of the library for us. Then this open source coding intend to having the fast prototyping, fast development, and fast checking the logic of the coders, which so many things happened after this idea, and maybe you don't know, but Arduino in 2005, around 2005, 2006, it takes the best prize for innovation in the world because it teach the embedded system with the open source coding and encourage people to share their code and others also using that. For this course also, we try to have the test of embedded system. I will teach you how to work, but really embedded system, it's anywhere around us, from airplane to the mobile phone, smartphone, camera, game machine, electronic books, digital instrument, something like printers, for your car. I don't know, maybe some of you know or maybe you don't know. We have one embedded system or one controller inside the car that we call it ECU. And all the decision for the fuel, for keeping the temperature, checking the heat of the motors and giving the commands for the motors will come out from this part. Okay? Then I want that you know that embedded system, it has the vast area and vast zone of working. And I want that again you think about this one. And even we have some task from today to think about embedded system. Anyway, that was very brief about embedded system that I wanted you to think it. But as you know my aim, I want that you learn and enjoy together. And I think this course is the course that you will enjoy more because you will see the output and result of your coding. Let us see the aims and objectives. Today, as the lecture 0, for the first time, we will think about embedded system and we talk about some new improvement for this subject. Then we will talk about hardware elements that we can have in embedded system. We will talk about communication, interrupt, and some word in embedded word. We have some brief about C language, which we'll use in the Arduino board. Then difference between microcontroller, microprocessor, Arduino board hardware, and we will go till the timer parts for the Arduino board. But this semester, I'm going to add these 3 subjects. One is that Python and Arduino. Next one is Raspberry Pi introduction and maybe some coding part that we will do. And the third one is, which will be the continuous jobs of the last lectures or last course. We will work on App Inventor and Arduino boards. As you know, we have some assignment for our course that you know how to send it for me. And my special suggestion is that time when I prepare this slide, the price was 22. Now it's become less than this. Last semester, we bought about 19 RMB. I think it's not much more. You can purchase one Arduino owner board and use it. You can even take it from this link or any link from the Arduino board. For the first part of today's lectures, I cover up to reviewing the Arduino, embedded system subject. If you have any question now and any thought, we can continue till that we start the second part. Any question now? Let me think like this or give you some hint. Can we say our mobile phone is embedded system or not?
Oh, that's an interesting question, sir, because it does have a processor and it does connect to the cloud as well. So I think yes, but not really. I think yes. My answer is yes, sir. Yes.
No, yes or no. Yes or no. Don't be between, Kaya. Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Embedded system.
My answer also yes, sir. Because
your answer is correct, Joseph. I don't know. What about other students? Just now I see that Moshi entered the lecture, and I think rest of the students are sleeping.
no, sir.
Okay, Saddam, I hear your voice.
Everyone is sleeping, sir.
Very good. Very good. No problem.
No, sir.
Who said that I'm not sleeping?
Mala.
Oh, Mala. Okay. Mala, how are you? I forgot you. Okay. Next lecture, I will ask you more questions. Okay. Now you can have rest for some times, and we will start the second lecture soon today. Okay? Any question?
No questions.
No,
right now.
sir.
Yes. Please think about embedded system. I will start the first lecture now.